Warrior Farmer here, just doing a quick update. It's the middle of June and we're going to take a quick look and see how the plants that I put in the planters are doing. There's obviously something going on here. The plants aren't too happy, and I'm pretty sure that it's because I overfed them. Now, we have had a lot of crazy weather in the last little bit. We had a lot of rain for the last couple weeks, and I also did give these plants a very heavy feed. Now, this particular plant, I tried to get lazy and I tried to use the soil from my tropical planter, and that was obviously a very horrible idea. I might have to replant that Carolina Reaper plant. Some of the other plants are doing a lot better though. As you can see, the Scotch bonnet's doing real nice, thank God, and you know, some of the other varieties are not doing so well. Obviously some clear nutrient deficiencies, a little bit of nutrient lockout, and possibly just overwatered, but for the most part it's still producing pods, as you can see, and there's a lot of pods, and I might have been right about these yielding a lot. So when you're talking about specific pepper plants, one thing that you're going to notice is that certain plants are able to handle a heavier feed than others. For example, we have our chili pepper plant here, I believe, and it's doing miraculous. A little bit of lockout at the bottom, but for the most part, this thing is producing. Some of the plants are doing a lot better, but a lot of them are wilting, and I'm going to have to either repot them or basically start from scratch with a new set of pots. Here, though, as you can see, the sugar rushes and the Palermos are basically just coming up on the ground. I am going to take off this little spike cage that I have here to prevent animals from digging up and eating my sprouts. And I plan on letting the plants grow up through that, so at least until they get established. Now you can see the sprouts just barely coming up. There's the yellow Palermo, and the sugar rushes are actually poking right up out of the ground, so I'm super happy about that. Yeah, man, and it shows you, this is the last plant that I put in a planter, and I used straight fertilizer, I used straight soil, no fertilizer, and look, the leaves are beautiful. This thing is super happy. So I just think that I overfed a little bit in the dry nutrients, and it was a bit hot for most of the plants. Now, as I said, obviously some of them are doing a lot better than the other plants, but I mean, shit. You know, that's a lesson for me to learn and to take from this and basically figure out, and that's why I do it every year, to figure out what works for the plants and what doesn't. So we obviously have a much bigger plant here. This is growing a lot faster, and it has a lot thicker of a stem, so it's able to handle a lot more of the nutrients that's going in. So yeah, man, that's how that shit's going so far. Herb section is looking pretty good. You know, the fennel's starting to produce, bronze fennel. I did a huge chop of my blueberry plant because I wasn't happy with the way it was growing, so I'm going to let it regrow for this year. We have our fleshy thyme variety, which is more like an oregano. You guys remember the red Rubens and my large leaf basil, the Italian large leaf. Now I am gonna have to water these guys because they're already a bit dry, but yeah, man, this stuff is doing really well, and it's starting to come out of the ground. You got the orange and variegated lemon thyme here. My rosemary obviously is looking a bit droopy, so that's how you know it's time to water, and this thyme variety is just sprouting up and doing very well. So yeah, man, it's time to just do a little bit of THC. I'm gonna see if I can't rinse some of the root balls off, and hopefully maybe they'll bounce back. The mix is a bit hot for them, so I mean, there's not much I can do about it at this point unless I'm willing to repot. I do have another bag of soil and I can cut the mixes, but that's a whole lot of work. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm gonna try to bring these hoes back and you know, get them going. Our perennial planter over here is doing phenomenal, though obviously some plants are able to handle a heavier feed. I was trying to do a super soil mix for all of these, but I should have probably added a base layer of regular nutrients, just because, like, as you can see, these plants got toast.